tonight on behalf of the World Wrestling Federation. And having us all here together as we are tonight. If it wasn't, Russ and Charlie's dream was to be in the World Wrestling Federation. And to a certain extent, they achieved that goal. They were signed to World Wrestling Federation developmental contracts. They achieved one of their dreams of being able to wrestle in Madison Square Garden. Charlie's dream is going to continue. And Charlie is, I don't know if any of you have known this, he's honoring his brother. He's going to be now known as RC Haas, so it'll be like Russ is always there with him. And I talked to Charlie earlier this afternoon. He really wanted to be here tonight, but he couldn't because of his commitments in the ECWA in Cincinnati. But he just wanted me to say that he was honored to have had the opportunity to compete here with his brother. When Charlie and Russ first sent a promo package to me, which I was talking to Frank about, it was all footage from Jersey All-Pro. Two young guys, they really didn't know what they were doing at the time, but by God, they were doing it together because they were brothers and they were family. Charlie had sent a biography in, so did Russ, and on it listed all of their accomplishments, the things they had done at Seton Hall, going back to high school in Oklahoma. And Charlie said in his thing that his proudest moment in professional wrestling was the day that his brother Russ decided to join along with him. And the dream of those two guys to be in the World Wrestling Federation would not have happened at all if it was not for the work of Jim Kettner and not for their experience here in the ECWA. Jim was like a father to those boys, and still is. And as we've joked so many times, not only will Charlie always have Russ with him, but he's also always going to have that little Kettner on his shoulder, telling him what to do, telling him to keep his head up, telling him not to do all the stupid things that Charlie was always infamous for doing. And Russ, of course, will always probably be right there, making sure that he trips at the inopportune time, or making sure that he says the wrong thing. That was Russ's job. Russ was certainly the comedian of the two. A couple of years ago, I lost a good friend, Owen Hart. And there are a lot of similarities between Russ's personality and Owen's personality. Russ was a consummate ribber. He always made sure he had a good time. He was an expert at everything. If you told him, hey, what do you do for a living? He would say, oh, I change tires down at the Tire Kingdom. Oh, really? I've been changing tires for 2 years. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a cowboy. Oh, I rode horses my whole life. He was an expert at everything, no matter what it was, and all you had to do was ask him, but it was great. All of us here tonight are around ringside, and all of you are here in the stands tonight. We all have something in common. Russ Haas was a part of each and every one of our lives, some more than others. Those of us that were lucky to know him and to have him as a friend will always have that special bond. Those of you that saw him as a performer were treated to a young man who was exercising his dream. And like I said before, without you folks, that dream would never have happened. He learned so much while he was here. And to that, on behalf of the family, I owe a debt of gratitude to all of you, all the fans of the ECWA. Thank you very much. As we know, they had a great amateur background. They wrestled in high school. They wrestled in college at Seton Hall. Together, the Haas brothers elevated the Seton Hall wrestling program from obscurity to one of the top-ranked programs in the nation. Along the way, they met a friend that they had bumped into from time to time at national meets, said hi to, and cheered him along as he won the Olympic gold medal in 1996. Kurt Angle was a really good friend to both Russ and Charlie. And Kurt and Jim Ross and myself were there in Houston, Texas, along with Jim, Brandy, and a lot of our friends here at ringside. when Russ was laid to rest. But earlier this week, we were lucky enough to get some comments from Kurt Angle, and we wanted to play them for you at this time.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. First of all, I'd like to give my sympathies and condolences to Russ Haas's family, his brother Charlie and best friend Charlie, his parents, his wife Deidre, and the rest of the family. I've known Russ for a couple of years now, and he reminds me a lot of myself. He has that fire burning inside of him to be the best that he can be. He was a very talented wrestler at Seton Hall, and having him come in here into the World Wrestling Federation felt like I had another brother. Those two guys are the two greatest guys in the world, and I'm going to miss Russ dearly. And I think that Russ and Charlie both knew that they were going to excel here in the World Wrestling Federation. But I know that Charlie will definitely excel now. I think it would put a big smile on Russ's face to see that happen. So I want to give the best out to all of you. My prayers are with you, and I hope to see Charlie real soon. And I want you all to know that Russ will always be in my heart. Thanks.
Now tonight, the stars that entertain you the way you've never been entertained before. And we're going to go back and we're going to do what we'd like to do best, and that's entertain all of you. We want to thank you for being here tonight. In just a couple of seconds, we're going to play a retrospective, a great video look that Ryan put together of some of Russ and Charlie's finest moments as a team. And then at the end of that, if you could all, at the end of that piece, if you could all please rise, and we'll honor Russ with a 10-bell salute. If we could, let's take a look at that very special video package.
You enter our world, our realm. You enter.
East Coast Wrestling.